not gonna say everything he's done is Red Bull, but obviously I think all the dancers are gifted.
But being able to get that on his own platform.
Yeah. Well, I think all the dancers are gifted to an extent to where they're creative enough to, develop their own nicks and stuff like that to, like gain some interaction and stuff like that, some public interaction. But yeah, I mean, it's just, you're going to start seeing some of this stuff and these sponsors are going to be coming into the space. But will they be looking at these athletes or people like Raygun, people who are able to just, find a viral moment and like gain some type of viral following?
I think it's the viral following.
But that's kind of what I feel like the sponsors are interested in, because they see the numbers, they see the audience, and that means you have eyeballs. Which leads me to believe, should we be mad? Should the world be mad, or should they be happy? Let us know your thoughts. Should you be mad or happy?
I'm going to err on the side of this is an opportunity. No matter where it's going right now, it's an opportunity. And whether or not you're going to put yourself in a position to take advantage of this opportunity is up to you. So I'm going to go on the side of being happy about this. There's more eyeballs to go around. And the eyeballs right now,
depending on how she is. That's the only way I'm gonna be happy.
Well, she's getting a lot of eyeballs right now.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying if she gets all these eyeballs and then she's like, all right, now y'all follow me, watch me eat this croissant. Like, she needs to be like, yo, I know that I've humbly, been, privileged to get this amount of attention and following, but I want to give homage back to the scene, to the people who are deserving, the dancers, the people who worked hard to actually get to the place that they're at.
I hope she does that. The eyeballs are on the scene now, or at least on breaking in general.
Yeah.
And whatever we can do as a community to gain or to gain a little bit of profit share or market share on those eyeballs to keep their attraction and to inspire them to look a little bit deeper into breaking to teach their kids. I think that's what's going to happen.
So the other thing is, does it deserve criticism?
Does what deserve criticism?
Someone like a Raygun getting so much attention.
So anything,
and look, I ain't on no hate stuff. I don't care. People make their own money. You make your money the way you need to. But I'm speaking from like just a general standpoint. Should people be able to criticize, or should people be more positive?
Well, you can criticize anything. And here's what I'll say about when it comes to the dance or the performance. Judging, voting as a judge is criticism, right? Voting and having your own opinion as a audience member, right? You've done this, I've done this, everybody who's in the community has probably done this. Sitting in their own space, they'll figure out who they're going to vote for. They might throw up a hand with the judges, right? That is a part of criticism. So we're already doing that and voting who we think is going to do good or bad or as a performer. So we already do that. Everybody already believes that. If you voted ever, you already believe that criticism is a part of that.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah. So we're just hoping that, you know what, I think in a way that this world has kind of been like, only positive things need to be said. But I think the negative things need to come in too, so that, you have an equal way of trying to balance yourself without, being completely blind to like all the positives in life. But also that, when you get the negatives, that there's room for improvement. And it brings you back to reality and like forces you to kind of have a rationale that's more, level-headed than something that's just like, anything I do will make money, will be gold, I'm just the best.
Great point.
So I think it deserves criticism. I think the people who say that people shouldn't say anything, no, they definitely should say something.
You can't improve.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, this whole craft in itself, I've seen people call out judges. Like, people call out judges. People, like, the dancers want to say stuff. I've had my doubts against some of the judges and some of their conviction and their credibility. So I think it's important for everybody to be able to voice that, because if not, now you're just kind of like, we're all just robots. Like, what kind of gives us free will to, really give our convictions and our opinions on how certain things go. Like, and that's kind of what makes things interesting. Like, I don't want to talk to people who have all the same opinions as me. Like, we should be in search of like a diverse of interest and thought, and like people who have different perspectives.
Different perspective. Yeah, like you said. I think the biggest point is if you're saying you can't criticize, then you can't course correct. I think there's things that are obviously worth criticism, but as we mentioned earlier, not into bullying. Like bullying and just making fun of somebody just to make fun, just to bandwagon it, is not the same as like literally giving, hey, this is what you need to do better on, or this is what wasn't done well and what needs to be fixed in the future. It's a different conversation. Bullying and criticism, completely different. So criticism for WD7, don't run events where there's, no, the level of talent isn't at the level of the rest of the world. You need to be able to find a better system to weed out people that aren't at the level, right? I think that the system should have been everybody who got a ticket to Paris should have got a ticket to the final qualifier rather than a
ticket to Paris.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? Break it down.
There were 6 events that if you won those international events, Oceania being one of them, I believe North Africa had one. There was one in Europe.
Oh, okay.
Right. That got that straight ticket.
So what he's saying is that a lot of you guys, not a lot of you guys, but there were a few select dancers who had direct tickets into the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. So instead of the WDSF actually having that particular type of opportunities for dancers, it should have been, and I love that point, that you should have had, free ride into the OQS qualifiers, because that wouldn't have singled out some of these other people who worked just as hard, people like Gravity and Jeffro. I mean, they both were in this since the start. Like, and I mean, that's no dig towards Victor, because Victor's a great dancer, but it would have made things a little bit more balanced. And, you wouldn't have seen like, okay, well, he just got something that took him straight to the Olympics, and now you guys have to fight over one. I think it would have been a little bit more fair and leveled if, all right, let's see who takes it at OQS.
People without the skill would have been weeded out in the top 40. So,
But the refugee thing should have never happened.
Period. I think if they wanted to give refugees a platform, it should have been a highlight, a commercial, a segment, a break in the performances, and to highlight what was going on there. Putting them in the middle of a competition where they didn't earn a spot just makes it look bad for them. Not even just for breaking in general, but like, you didn't earn a spot. Why should we even listen to anything you have to say if you're not even there on merit? You know what I'm saying? It kind of just devalues the voice in the first place.
Yeah. And I mean, and some of those people won't even have the same interest as the competitors. The competitors are thinking, oh yeah, I'm about to do this and, make a name for myself.
Not about the competition at that
point. Now someone's looking to make a viral moment. Like, it's not about you. It's going to be about this viral moment I'm about to do. Yeah. And you don't even know that as an athlete.
I think that if the IOC was really trying to like make a goodwill towards the refugee federation that they had put together, they would have made short statements in the events that they were hoping to participate in some sort of way. They
I think it was the IOC.